Hi, my name is Franz Kranza, and today I want to discuss the short-term and long-term negative effects of domestic violence on young children and what I feel should be done to help prevent it from occurring, along with proposing a way to help those who have been victims of childhood domestic violence. Now, before I begin with my presentation, I would like to ask someone in the audience to tell me what they believe domestic violence is. So in about 5 words, can I have someone to explain to me what they believe domestic violence is? How about you? Okay. That's a pretty good response, and it's accurate. Blah, 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 blah. Now, blah, blah, blah. Now. Oh, that was a very good definition. I want us all to be on the exact same page. So, the definition of domestic violence that I will be using is that domestic violence is the willful intimidation, physical assault, battery, sexual assault, and or other abusive behaviors as part of a systematic pattern of power and control perpetrated by one intimate partner against another. Now, I know that the last slide was pretty wordy, and I apologize for being so wordy. But what I was attempting to get across is that domestic violence can take on many different forms. And although some are held to be more heinous than others, all take away something from their victim. And no one has more to lose than the child. Now, domestic violence towards young children is something that should not be taken lightly. Being subjected to physical and emotional abuse during early childhood development may lead to improper development of a child socially, emotionally, or cognitively, and may cause long-lasting and irreparable damage that hinders the child's potential even into adulthood. Now, I know that there's this big debate on, well, I believe in corporal punishment, and others believing that corporal punishment is a form of child abuse. Now, I don't think it's right for us to say that a parent cannot use corporal punishment in order to raise their child. I was raised under the corporal punishment umbrella, and I did pretty well. I think I'm pretty okay. Well, I need to figure that out, young children. So, God, they're loud. So, young children that have been victimized tend to keep to themselves when they're young. They tend to have a lot of trust issues with strangers. There are very obvious and clear signs of blah, blah, blah. Now, teenagers that have been victimized, they tend to either, one, lash out and be very aggressive towards other individuals, therefore causing very disruptive school settings or just not going to school, or they tend to be very introverted and therefore keep to themselves. The ones who Now, individuals that have been traumatized since as a result of being blah blah of domestic violence tend to either be very successful individuals who have become to overcome their past, or tend to be very aggressive, very sad, blah blah. Now, all this bad that occurs in someone's childhood, in their teenage years, and even in their adulthood is not only their fault. Even though those who lash out should be held accountable for their actions, it is not their fault that they were the victims of domestic violence, and therefore, here are some statistics. Hard, cold numbers in order to help persuade my point. Blah, blah. I'll talk about numbers here. Still doing the research for that. Numbers. I was thinking 3 main facts here. That's not which ones I want to put in there. What? I'm talking to you. Now listen, I'm not going to propose that I have a solution to stop domestic violence from occurring. I don't have one at all, but if someone does, please let me know, because I'll be happy to listen and happy to help you get the word out there. But what I can propose is a way that we can help rehabilitate adults that were victims of childhood abuse and children that have been victims. Now, kids and teenagers that are still in public school system settings, I believe, should have the option to go and speak with psychiatrists if they feel that is something that would benefit them. Now, for all those people who send their children to private school, I also believe that if a private school wants to join this program, it should be the duty of Help for Adults. Now, I believe that there should be public entities that run rehabilitation groups for individuals that have suffered from any form of domestic violence in order to become more successful parts of society. I believe that these meetings should run a little bit like AA meetings, and be very, very open, be very relaxed, not hold any pressure. Okay, blah blah blah. Money. Now I know that everyone wants to know what money will help fund this program, and I'm saying that I believe this should be a public welfare program that the taxpayers help to pay, to give a little back to humanity and show good faith in wanting to help others. Because who knows, the people who might benefit from this might be your children, might be your brother, your sister. You don't know who is currently in infrastructure. Okay. Now, the infrastructure for helping kids in school systems is already there. There are already counselors that schools provide for children, and there are or a nurse that's there to help children deal with basically bad emotions and negative vibes are going on. So I think it should be very, very feasible to just have now the infrastructure for the public. I believe that we should build places for people, kind of like shelters or any other location where people can come and basically talk in group settings, basically like once or twice a week, and help deal with their problems. Now, I know that I've just thrown a lot of information out, so I would like to offer up the next 20 seconds to get about 2 or 3 questions, and then after this, I will answer those 2 or 3 questions to the best of my abilities. Now, does anyone have any questions they would like to ask me? Yes, you. Yep. Cool. Thank you. You. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Now, some answers. 2 plus 2 equals 4. The square root of 6 is 30. No. 6 times 6 equals 36. Square root of 36 is 6. Pikachu evolves into a Raichu, and the integral of a Raichu is a Pikachu, and therefore the integral of Pikachu is a Pichu. Snorlax likes to eat apples. So now I really want to thank you for sitting through my presentation, and I would also like to thank you for the participation that I got from the group. I know it's a very, very sensitive topic, and I would really appreciate if you took the message that you got from here and got it out there. So more people will listen, and hopefully we can get some real traction on the ground to help these kind of programs become a reality.